Hello, this is Laura Rogers with the League of Women Voters of Portland, and you're watching the Video Voters Guide or listening to our podcast. We are here today to talk with candidates running in the November 5, 2024 general election. We are grateful for the support of the Carol and Belma Sailing Foundation, the League of Women Voters of Portland Education Fund, the WISC Foundation, and our media partner, Metro East Community Media. With me is Commissioner Dan Ryan, running for the office of Portland City Council for District 2, which covers most of North and Northeast Portland. Welcome, Commissioner Ryan.
Thank you, Laura. Good to see you.
Please tell us a little bit about yourself and why you were running for this office.
Yeah, well, I'm 62 and I was born in 1962 right here in Portland, Oregon, and in Northeast Portland. District 2 has been my home for the vast majority of my life. From graduating from Roosevelt High School, the roots are deep. My dad had a business in St. John's for 30 years, and my mom, after raising 8 children, I was the youngest, she went on to get her degree at University of Portland. Mm-hmm. So it's really wonderful to experience the thought of being a representative for my hometown within the city that I'm from. I'm also running because I looked and thought, wait, we need somebody with experience that's been in office the last 4 years. I was sworn into office in 2020, September of 2020, during the firestorm. The skies were orange. We were told to stay inside. And immediately I had to make hard and tough decisions. I've been doing that for the last 4 years, and we're starting to see some progress. And it's been very difficult to get to this point. We have a little bit of momentum. We have a common sense majority on city council, and I did not want to see us go back to idealism without action. And so I'm running to make sure we keep moving forward. Portland's best days are ahead of us, and I'm excited to be a representative of the people of District 2 and to bring my experience, my knowledge, and my get it done attitude and results to this next city council. We got to build forward.
What are your ideas for working productively with other council members from your district?
Yeah, the multi-district is an opportunity for us to not behave like most elected officials are in the current world that we're in. It gives us an opportunity to really connect with one another in a relationship about what the goals are for District 2. And I think it'll be really important right after we're elected to huddle up, think of where we can agree on the top 3 priorities for our district and the city, and then hold ourselves accountable that even when we have a challenging meeting, because there's going to be many, that's just called the job, is that we work through that tension, we check our egos at the door, and we continue to be mission focused on our city that we all love and the district that we get to represent. So I've proven that in the last 4 years. Anyone can tell you that after tough meetings, I'm the one that will show up the next day as scheduled to meet with somebody, because this is a job. And our job is to show up in our best self to serve the city that we love. And we just got to stay focused. So I look forward to the collaboration and also being really honest with each other on where we have different points of view and how we can find a place where they might meet on the edges. I'm not a big fan of getting everything you want. I am a big fan of incrementally moving work down the field. We have to keep moving the ball down the field. Inaction is not an option.
You are listening to the Video Voters Guide interview and podcast of Commissioner Dan Ryan, who is running for Portland City Council District 2. What, if any, actions would you consider taking to address the current concerns related to the critical energy infrastructure hub on the Willamette River?
Yeah, I'm a big believer in getting the right people at the table when there's an incredibly complex local problem. It takes a complex local solution. This was a big one. The federal delegation was successful in the Biden administration in passing infrastructure laws that have some revenue streams that are going to come with those. I can't think of a better one for the federal the state and the local to all align on that being one of our focuses. And then we need people from local, county, and city, and state, and federal to be at the table. And we also have to include those who are part of the energy infrastructure. Yes, we have to include industry too, not to do everything they want, but to not have them at the table would be a setback in terms of productivity. I think everyone could get on the same page about one primary goal. When the big one hits, how can we make certain that we have an energy infrastructure that will allow us to continue to provide services during that catastrophic event? And how can we figure out how to relocate a lot of our infrastructure, and it's new infrastructure as well. So we have to have a lot of smart people at the table that know how to get us to the next level of electrification. And I'm excited to be a part of that journey. I appreciate the leadership that's come from Commissioner Myron at the county. And now it's time to get all of us focused on this big issue. And like everything, I like to know what success looks like and how you measure it.
Are you satisfied with the performance of the Joint Office of Homeless Services? If not, what changes would you support? Please explain your answer.
Yeah, thank you, Laura. I was the person that was tossed into the deep end by the mayor when I was sworn into office in September 2020 to be the dotted line to the county. So I have quite a bit of opinions on this. My point is, what really matters is that we deliver on this humanitarian crisis, and we have compassion both for the people who are suffering on our streets and for those who are housed but are impacted by the malady on our streets. So my point is that it needs to be, what is our goal? What does success look like? And for me, it's getting chronically homeless people off the streets and with services in shelter, and then build stability and move people from the big picture goal, which is dependence on government, to independence. And so I think we could all agree on that. But I've really been frustrated with the current situation because the county and the city, the county continues to not deliver on what we are asking for. So after 3 years of asking for basic accountability, for making certain that when the providers get the contracts, they tell us what they're measuring, they have some accountability to what success looks like for them. And I don't think we're doing a very good job of communicating that to the public. And so instead of saying we house X amount of people, it's like, how many people have we housed successfully for 3 years? And what's the net gain of people going from the streets and into housing, and most importantly, into a stable life and a productive life that's free of drugs and alcohol? We've wasted too much time on being denial about the drug crisis, and it's time we keep being honest.
Thank you, Commissioner Ryan. This concludes our video voters guide and podcast interview of the League of Women Voters of Portland of Commissioner Dan Ryan, running for Portland City Council District 2. Election Day is Tuesday, November 5th. Be sure to inform yourself about the candidates and exercise your right to vote. Thank you for your interest.